folks, we are live. Welcome to the Tavern Chat, Gamers Health, whatever you want to call it. We're mixing a vlog of many things, a tabletop tap room,
Oh yeah,
a wizard. We've got a little bit of everything as we close out 2024. Welcome in 2025. Please make yourselves at home. It's a bring your own booze establishment. So just so you all know,
Tom was too cheap. He wouldn't buy tonight.
he's the designated not driver, the designated vlogger, I guess.
Designated drinker.
Yeah, you're the one that's got to be the sober one. So I don't. And by the way, folks, for those that don't know, I had an unofficial rule back in my late teens and my 20s, and that was no drinking at the game table. And it wasn't that I didn't like to drink. It's just that my friends were uncontrollable at the game table when everybody was drinking. And much of that has carried over to when I do live streams, although I can't speak for Bad Mike. Bad Mike is grandfathered in. But this is New Year's Eve, so although it's in a metal cup, this is my Grazie wine. So
Grazie.
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 So what, for those that don't know, Grazie wine is mail order only, and it is low sugar.
Nice.
But
Is that?
It's a Grazie is a low sugar wine. You can get it in red, blush, and white. Comes in a box, but I really do like it. There are a few wines. Oh, I got. We're gonna have a Rob Conley soon. Rob's asking me for a link.
Rob, come on down.
Come on in.
And warning to Rob when he comes in here. I got something I got to tell him, but very important.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Rob's account got hacked again.
Who?
I'm getting friend requests from a new Rob Conley account.
Oh
No.
So it's not a hack. It's a clone.
You know,
Yeah.
probably they sent him a link, said click this. You know, I need help. He clicked it because he's a nice guy. And he probably grabbed his login information.
Oh, so it's actually his real account, not a cloned account. Okay.
No, it's not his real account. It's a new account with no photo. It just says Rob Conley friend requested you.
Right.
And when I go to it, when I go to Rob's account, unless it's been leaked already, because I literally just was told you got a friend request from Rob Conley. Oh, here we go. Now it's gone.
Oh, they must have got nuked quickly.
Yeah, must have. Yeah.
All right, hold on, Rob. It's gotta doesn't always show easily in the restream interface.
It made a sound though.
I know, but I with the fireworks and me yapping, who's listening to dings?
Rob, happy New Year, by the way.
I see Rob's name.
Yeah, well, what happened was with restream on the right hand side, you get this whole like.
Oh, you see it here.
Yeah,
That's it.
Right, but
And that's where you let him in at.
Yeah, but if it gets too long, I got to scroll through that. And Rob was getting there, so
anyway, about the
review.
Titus, how you doing?
About the Facebook post, I had like the gaming. A lot of people in the gaming community started, "Hey, Rob, is this you? They're asking me to be a friend." I did no.
Oh
not
no.
Me. So this is not the first attempt that somebody has tried to impersonate me.
You've done that. I've had a couple different times. People try to friend request me claiming they're you.
It's like this anymore.
Wait, did it go bad, Rich?
You're a popular guy, Rob.
I guess so. The first time it was a Ron Conley.
They couldn't even spell the damn name right. They're trying to hack.
But this guy did it smart because he put my profile picture, my then current profile picture on it. But this new one, Rob Conley the second, it's like the new improved version, but he didn't put a profile picture on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I generally will just, if I get one of those requests, I will send a IM message to the person if they're my friend, and say, "Hey, is this you?" But I tend to just report them pretty quick. And
What's really fun is you play the game against them. You start asking for their credit card info.
There you go.
I could.
Anyway, as far as his attempt, Kellyanne got me this cup for Christmas. So
Oh,
Here's my feeling.
maybe it wasn't the tears of my player, but he tried to play me, and he had tears.
There you go. Oh God!
Say the tears of Joe the lawyer.
The tears.
All right. So this Rach is perturbed. She doesn't like her Baileys anymore.
Why? What's up?
I don't know. I like the initial taste when you sip it tastes fine.
Was it bad? It's just bad. Did it go
Pretty
bad?
nice, but I don't know. And then it just like it tastes overly creamy, overly like
Rach, those are not designed to sit in the fridge for 18 months.
animal.
Wait,
Yeah, me.
what do I want it for?
It's literally got like cream, like
Yeah,
a dairy
I
product.
don't want to drink. I don't drink Baileys. All right, we'll put it here for the cat. Okay.
See, we have no problem with that in our house. It doesn't last with Tina.
It doesn't.
No.
Now you see, it's like my Grazie wine. I'll order 4 boxes, which is what 16 bottles, and that'll last me about. Don't pick it up again if you don't like it.
It doesn't smell, like anything
Okay.
bad, like-
Okay, but Grazie is great because it doesn't shoot up my blood sugar, and it tastes like a nice decent wine.
But is that really an issue with wine, though, Eric? Because wine
Mm.
would have varying amounts of sugar depending on what type of wine it is.
Right, but some of it, if it's a very sweet wine, will boost my blood sugar.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
like,
it'll boost it, and then it will shoot down. This is the game with health part. It'll shoot it up, and then it will slam down afterwards. With Grazie, I just usually kind of don't get that rise, and I kind of slowly go down. Because Rachel's
So
still
what you
drinking,
saying,
by the way. She's
Eric?
still drinking this shit.
I'm trying to understand what happened.
I got a question for
These
everybody.
wee bottles, they're like I bought 3 airplane bottles, so because I know that I can't drink like that anymore,
Apparently not.
They're called nips.
Yes. 50 mils. Yeah, I used to get I started getting the 50 mils so that I wouldn't, feel like I had to drink it out, because I
You
can't
shoulda.
drink like that anymore.
You left it too long. But she's gonna go back to it again. No, don't put it in front of me. What do I want it? What are you doing? It's like dinner. I can't finish my dinner. Yeah, you take it. I don't want to flush it. I don't want to put it in the garbage. You take it.
But who's the one that cleans up every night?
Who's the one that cooks every night? Oh my God.
So I have a question for everybody.
Yes.
And this is for everybody in here and also in the chat and everything. It's a corny question, but does anybody have any New Year resolutions or goals? How about this? Not resolution. Anybody have any goals for the new year that they want to accomplish for themselves? Everybody.
Well, first off, Jen, no, Rachel's not doing karaoke tonight. Just
The night's early.
But we don't have it set up, and what little pennies this monetization is going to get me will go out the window the moment Rachel starts singing a copyrighted song. So just throwing that out there.
That's too bad. I would have loved that if there was
What
a
about
way to-
Jingle Bells? Jingle Bells ain't copyrighted. It's open
Well,
source.
we're talented. We can come up with our own songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
It'll
go.
be good, but
I
So
say
how do people do covers and put that up there?
Oh, because they're not getting monetized, a lot of them. So, but New Year's resolutions,
Or goals.
New Year's goal, to be healthier than 2024. I mean, we're already working on it. Like we got
to lose weight, to exercise, move more, to remain cancer free.
yeah.
Positive.
So
I want to paint more miniatures,
Nice.
play more RPGs,
okay.
and it's write more, but there is a toddler in the house, and so that kind of can dominate your time
Sure.
and priorities. But those are my goals. My gaming.
I agree with Thaddeus.
Yes.
I don't want to piss him off either and get banned from the channel. Jeez. Tina and Rob Tom banned Thaddeus last week.
Well,
on
actually,
accident.
I think what I did was silence him for an hour. I was trying to silence or ban the VG APMI troll that shows up.
Yes.
I accidentally clicked Thaddeus' name, and then he just disappeared. I went, wait a minute, something's wrong.
There.
There
And-
it is.
Hold on,
Speaking of-
stop.
Nice to put
This
a face.
is Thaddeus.
Yeah.
Face to the name.
Yeah,
Thaddeus.
we got a face.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
How are you?
Hey,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm prepared. So
All right. Go big or
Well,
go
I've got
home.
my cup's empty.
Rach, you can still drink the bad Baileys. I mean, you've been still nipping at it.
All this Bailey talk, I'm gonna go and get mine that's good.
Get your Baileys. Get some Baileys.
I gotta finish up a few sips of chai tea.
Oh, I love chai.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed. I finally met Thaddeus. I thought
Yeah.
forever it was just gonna be like this meme on the
Just-
internet.
Hey, Brown.
just an emoji,
Floating.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Oh, just show
I
me.
know. I'm looking at it. Yeah, there's something. Rach, I think it done did get spoiled.
Oh.
Rage.
no,
Rage.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be chunky.
Yeah.
it had some brown things
Hey, listen. This is
Oh.
floating in there. I'm
this-
like, oh,
this is a special night. I actually wore shorts. So, do you want me to get up and get you something?
no.
What's
Please
wrong with
tell me
shorts?
they're
I
actually
wear
shorts.
all the
I'm a
time.
monster. I want champagne.
Okay.
So
I just want to
I'm happy.
just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure. Like, something's gonna. It's listen, folks. Peek behind the screen.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Yeah, peek behind the screens. Since not that I'm like an Ed Tubins or anything, but I'm probably most of the time just in my boxes. When I'm doing these videos, honestly. So, but I figured today would be a special day, and for some reason I might have to get up. So I said, let me put on shorts out of
Yes.
respect, because
So
it's
it is a
live
step up. Got it.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is this: Phantom Jen, Brian, and Thaddeus. What is your goal? What's a goal for 2025 you want to achieve?
I'm gonna
Crickets?
produce more product. I have a lot
Amen.
of stuff like on the burners that I've had on the burners for years that I'm like, oh, I should publish this, and this. And now I'm like, you know what? Let's just pull the trigger. Let's do it.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
let me guess. You did the math on your age and realized that you don't have forever left.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's been
Something like
kicking
that.
you in the butt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
gave
probably-
me my. I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm probably the youngest one here, but yeah, I don't wanna wait until I'm retired before I get something published. So
Good for you.
Fair enough. I waited exactly till I was retired to get published.
I mean, you kind of had to.
Yeah, all right. I guess I had to, but still, it feels nice to get it to do it and get it out there and to see people looking at your stuff and enjoying it and talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen, you're always able to enter the giveaways, but you're not able to generally win anymore since you've won way too much. But she's the one that's organized the Frog God gifting for Rosar Christmas. So some generous gifts from the Frogs. Actually, they did a generous gift from many. We still have an unknown generous gift from Emperor's Choice that will be announced as we get closer to day 12. But I think we're only going to be on day 6, so we got plenty of time for.
And what is it? It's not in our house.
No. I don't ship. I've
I
learned over
remember
the years.
we used to go to the post office and spend a lot of time.
I don't do central repository shit. If you want to give away,
Okay.
if you want to give somebody with something physical, it doesn't land in this house at all. It's like I'll send you their information.
Oh, so Emperor's Choice would be hooking that up and sending whatever they just send.
Yeah, that's what they always do.
Oh.
Yeah, when they send me stuff, it's sending stuff to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but
Rob, any New Year's goals, resolutions?
Well, I guess publishing wise is I want to have multiple releases this year. I write slow, but I have a bunch of projects coming together. So, I have the bulk of Into the Majestic Fantasy Realm done. I mean, the core maps are written. I just have to write the supporting chapters, and I just finished this last 2 days revising the map. Because when you do writing, you make the map first, and then you write, and then you got to go back to the map and make sure that matches what you wrote. With all the little tweaks. Like an hour ago, I was putting forwards, the little symbol for forwards all over the place. And then I want to get Scourge of the Demon Wolf with the new setting in it out, and then end the year with the full version, my Majestic Fantasy rules.
Okay.
In personal, I've lost a lot of weight, over 100 pounds.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, the miracle drug, Manjaro really helped.
How does that work, Rob? I got to ask this. Is it injection? Is it a pill? What is it? How does it
It's an
work?
injection.
once a week.
And if you overeat, you will curse God and regret the entire rest of the week.
Wow.
Because you're not. To me, I'm nauseated a lot of the times.
Yep.
But so I don't want to eat. And so, but the thing is, I watch my nutrients, and I watch my calories, make sure I eat enough, and
Great.
I just don't eat. I don't snack anymore, and
That's
I just lose
big.
weight.
That's huge if you can cut out snacking.
Yeah, it just. I mean, I still like Twinkies, and I might have, 2 or 3 times a week, but that's it. And I'll have 2 or 3 snacks, but the rest of the time it's just my main breakfast, lunch, and supper. And the other thing is just having 3 meals a day, 3 smaller meals a day, really help. But so the point of that is, so since that's kind of, and I still need to lose weight, but now I can do things with Kellyanne, who's been biking and hiking this whole time. Now I hate biking; it just kills my ass, even at my lighter weight. But the walking part, we have a lot of beautiful trails around my hometown.
Oh,
I'm
great.
looking forward this next year on walking with some of them with her when the weather's better.
Nice. Very cool, Rob.
I'd like to dovetail on his discussing. You said Manjaro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I take Trulicity because I'm a pre-diabetic, and one of the things I found is that like clockwork, 2 days after the injection, I will be nauseous in the morning, and so like I'll be drinking coffee, and then I'll run to the bathroom, head over the toilet, but nothing happens.
Oh,
And but that's only like 2 days after the injection, and I was not losing weight on it, even though you should,
Right.
but that was because the doctor prescribed this thing called pioglitazone, and it was for another condition going on, and after a while I went to him. I said, dude, I says, wouldn't it be better if I weighed less? And he's like, yes, it would. I says, well, why don't we cut out this medication that, so I had to advocate for it. And so he looked at my labs. He says, you know what? You're handling stuff fine. Go ahead and stop the pioglitazone. And suddenly I started losing weight. Now I haven't lost a lot, but, I'm my size, my 40-inch waist pants don't stay up, so you'll see me wearing suspenders. But I haven't lost enough weight that I can go to a 38. So I'm kind of like right there, but I'm feeling good about it. And now that we've stopped that one medication that sabotaged any weight loss because of the Trulicity. So just throwing that out there for the universe. Anybody else finds themselves in a similar situation. I have chronic gout, so I have a lot of other medications that handle that.
Okay.
And sometimes they don't all play nice together.
Is Trulicity a GLP one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky that you only have nausea 2 days after. Me, I have low-grade nausea all the time.
Oh no,
that's what I had.
And but I view it as like August football camp. It's hell, but the end result's worth it.
Yeah. The other thing that happens with this medication, the Trulicity, is that all of a sudden nobody can get it in stock.
Oh, for that too. Okay.
Yeah, they were having
because people are accessing the supply chain for it as a weight loss drug. Somebody who's like,
yes,
it's for needs it for diabetes, like I do. Suddenly can't get it. And so what I did find, so I just throw this out there to the universe. You can talk to your doctor and say, hey, well, they can't get the 1.5, which is the lowest dosage.
Mm-hmm.
Could you prescribe the 3.0? And because I know Walmart has it at their pharmacy and I can get that. The only problem is the side effects from the 3.0 for me were so bad. I was
going to ask. I would expect that.
I just couldn't. So I still have 3.0 in the fridge, and when I can't get the 1.5, I inject it into a sterile shot glass and use 2 insulin syringes I just fill 2 insulin syringes equally, and then do a self injection with those. So that gets me through periods where I can't get the 1.5 injection.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on 12.5 Mounjaro, and I don't have my next prescription in hand, so I will find out when the pharmacy reopens.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me with Mounjaro, and I was on it for just about a year. I had no weight loss on it, no weight gain, no weight loss, and it was the constant nausea. But I also found I couldn't eat much, but I could eat anything I wanted. Pasta? I laugh at pasta. Can't eat a lot, but I can eat it. But I am no longer on the Mounjaro because it was never covered by my insurance. And the amazing coupon they had to bring you in for that first year suddenly was like, oh, yeah, it's no longer going to be $35 a month. It's going to be $435 a month. And I was like,
that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's it. It was a trap.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
Are you diabetic, Eric?
No, I'm a type 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, Mounjaro is still $25 for.
Yeah, my insurance does not cover it. So I had the great if you have commercial insurance and
sorry about that, I fell asleep.
You aren't covered. And it's like, and then I go down to renew it, and it's like, oh, that's gonna be $400, and I go, what? It's like,
oh man, that was a rough day in that pharmacy.
Yeah. Not nice pharmacy, but I was like, yeah, no, all right, I guess I'm done. I think I still have one.
No, they were sweet as can be, but they did explain that the cheapest is going to be is that price because of the way the insurance is.
Yeah, well, because my insurance didn't cover
and there's
it,
no more.
The good coupon was no longer.
That was just to lure you in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's what they do.
Yeah, it's evil.
Well, my insurance company warned us this year that anybody who isn't diabetic, no way, we're not covering GLP.
Right.
Yeah.
Drug.
But the thing is,
there was no change for diabetics.
But these medications help other people in other ways that have to drop the costs on the overall down. So you would think that if it's a proven secondary treatment, they'd cover it.
You would think, hey, Mike, if you want to join us, there is a link, by the way, in the Fargan Bastages.
Earlier in the week, and not earlier in the week, but earlier in the year, I asked my oncologist if there was any kind of study or any way of getting this medication for free. And she was like, oh, no, they're not giving that to anybody. They want their profits. I was like, all right.
Well,
So what our insurance guy told us was there's a shortage, and then they wanted the people who they had it approved for first, the diabetic, and there was 2 other conditions.
Yeah.
They get first dibs. They want to make sure they get first dibs. They know, they're not stupid. They know about the other effect. They would love it to sell it to everybody, but the fact is they just can't manufacture enough of it at the moment.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So when I was on the Mounjaro, I was also taking Farxiga. And Farxiga at its higher dosage has a secondary effect of protecting the heart from heart failure, but also apparently protects your kidneys. So I was still on that. But now I'm also on Januvia, which is another brand name drug for diabetes, and glipizide. Glipizide?
No, glimepiride.
Glimepiride. That's a generic. But, I mean, I'm on 2 brand name drugs. They're paying it either way, whether they were putting me on an injectable or they're putting me on other pills. My prescriptions are still being, paid. I don't know. The whole pharmacy industry is...
It's a gimmick.
A scam and a half.
My doctor has me on a thing called Olmestartan. It's a high blood pressure medication.
Okay.
And we're like 3 minutes from midnight, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that up.
And I'm going to go off camera in about 2 minutes. So.
Rob, well, thanks for coming by.
Rob, I don't get a big hug.
Rob, are you turning into a werewolf at midnight? What's going on, man?
No, my wife is on the other side of the room. I'm going to...
Oh.
Rob, you and your wife have a very happy New Year, by the way.
Yes.
But I'll be back, but it's just...
Yes, you got to get
2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All our love to Kellyanne.
Yes.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be on camera, so.
That's okay.
Rachie, reach behind us. We got to get that bottle ready.
It's got to be true love. Me and my wife are swapping earbuds.
Rach and I, we share our, what's it called again, Rach? Our little breathalyzer.
Oh, yeah, we're Lumen.
A lumen. We share a lumen. We swap spit every morning.
We have, we can clean it with the glasses cleaner,
Well, that's really cool here, guys.
Rach, come
Well, I
on.
wipe it on my shirt every time.
We're sitting here right now, and we've got Thaddeus here, we've got Tom, we've got Eric and Rach, Flint Fireforge, Brian, Kim George, Bad Mike, a whole slew of people.
We got to get somebody
Here
else.
we are.
Someone's there?
Yeah.
And we're sitting here, and it's like,
We got Ty.
hi, Ty Beer.
Howdy, Ty.
Hey,
We got
guys.
to be here.
You still got Christmas decks up.
Do what?
You still got the Christmas decorations
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Boys.
Thought I'd pop in and see what was going on. How y'all are?
Good. All right. I'm getting. I got to get ready to open this bottle.
Yes. You had to tell Tori
20
Happy New Year.
Apparently our clocks
she
are a
turned
little
in
fast.
early. I told her I was going to come on, but she said, like, I'm going to bed.
She wasn't ready?
Yeah.
Aww.
All right. I might have jumped the gun by a few seconds, but I didn't expect it to open up so quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, Ty. I haven't seen you in
Hey,
a while.
Rob. How are you, man?
Good.
There you go. Happy New Year's, guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy
Official.
So
At
Rach,
time.gov.
glass because I'm sorry.
But just fill it to these words here.
What words?
That there. Okay, I'm taking it away now.
Why you took it away? What you want me to pour on myself, darling?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
guys.
Happy New Year, everybody.
I still have 2 hours, so
Aw.
So,
It's only 11 o'clock in East Texas.
yeah.
well, we'll be on.
Happy New Year,
Text.
Tammy, Tom.
It's somehow
Oh, you gotta
comforting, though,
move
that
your-
the New Year
Or
is
take
coming.
that. Thank you. All right. So this is actually a very nice champagne.
My dad had a liquor store like years ago, and that's how I learned about it. It's called.
Oh wow, you grew up
And the whole
happy.
thing is so pretty. The motif on it is very, like all the flower. The box is gorgeous. I don't think the box is in here.
No, the box isn't in here.
But yeah,
God.
they used to come with a gift set. I think we still have some champagne flutes somewhere. I don't know where they are. That's where we're drinking out of. Well,
Close enough.
Stella Artois.
and
But-
Game of Thrones. By the way, I'm gonna zoom in on a second here because
these flutes were painted with these gorgeous flowers.
I was. Can we get the Game of Thrones? Yes, we get the Game of Thrones there.
Oh, and here's Stella Artois.
So we are
True geeks.
true geeks.
Yep.
And honestly,
But we should have had our Perrier Jouet flute out with the flowers hand painted on.
Perrier Jouet. So I can't think of any other thing or any other way I'd like to spend my New Year's Eve than with friends. And we are getting an opportunity to do that now. I've got friends, obviously, across the country, some across the world on the other side of the pond.
Indeed.
These are the people, though, that I am connected to. I miss our old pub. We've been back to it, by the way. It is now a Nepalese restaurant.
And it's lovely, and everybody's very sweet.
It is but it's not the Irish
Service is
pub.
excellent.
It's not what it was.
Right.
But this community, these connections, are what 2025 is about, right? It's what made 2024 bearable. I mean, on those bad days, it was your friends and your family that got you through it. And in 2025, I'm looking forward to not only having the support of my friends and family, but being able to support them. So, to all of you, whether you are on the screen or in the chat or watching this later, God bless. And it sounds like a war zone in my neighborhood right now.
We got gunfire going up outside here too, so
I can't tell if there's gunfire going on.
Yeah, it just sounds like a big finale of like 4th of July.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All like 4th of July, isn't it?
oh man,
with
Thias
this
has got
two
the
different
flipping
fireworks.
fridge down by his desk.
Yeah.
Set up.
With my original setup, I do have a mini fridge in what we call the computer room on our work floor. But
Oh my
It's
god.
basically a storage.
it's just a storage room now. So this is my main setup. So no fridge here. I got a cat tree. So I mean,
It does have the cat tree.
Tammy,
the
bless you.
The
Tammy,
only thing I'm missing is a microwave.
Sláinte, Tammy.
Oh well, yeah, but then see, then you got to clean up. You know, you don't want the microwave.
Coffee pot.
Right. Yeah. You know, the microwave,
Furbies.
unless you're just limiting it to popcorn, and then really you could just microwave it before you need it. There's no other need to have a microwave there. But if you had a microwave, then you got to clean.
The thing is, we got people like Brian. Brian, are you from Australia or the EU? And then Kim's from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Thias, you are from Iowa?
I'm in Utah.
Utah. Close.
Oh, wow.
Our son and daughter-in-law are out in Salt Lake City. So
Yeah, I'm
And
just south.
Flint Fire Forge, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just curious where people are from. Ty, where are you from?
East Texas.
East Texas.
Oh, there you go. Don't mess with Texas.
About 2 hours east of Dallas.
Gotcha.
I helped a guy in Texas today. His machine went down.
Ah.
So they had with my permission, they could interrupt if they really can't fix a problem with our metal cutting machine. I said, go ahead, call me. I'm not going to leave the guy hanging. And they couldn't fix it. So thanks to the magic of the internet, I was able to hop on his computer and see what was wrong with the machine.
So Flint is from Birmingham, Alabama.
My one road trip during college was from Boston to Lubbock, Texas. to help a friend of mine in the dorms pick up a car that his dad was going to give him. And I drove 950 miles straight back from Lubbock, Texas. And I could not finish that last 50 miles to say I did 1,000. I was just too unsteady at the wheel.
Well, at least you got the most beautiful part of Texas.
So I just would stick a fork in me. I'm done. I can't get that last 50 miles.
Oh, wait a minute. I
It's
hear.
not as far, but I drove from
Little one?
Northwest PA to Quebec City one time.
I have a new grandchild.
I realized how.
Ah.
Congrats.
I thought it might have been Oliviana.
Yeah. She did wake up from a bad dream, and
She never does.
and I got her back to sleep, before we came on.
Yeah, she's a good sleeper.
My granddaughter's got some healthy lungs.
Not a bad thing, mostly.
No. First one for us, so we're of course.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, no, we're having it. They're staying the week with us. Both my daughters and their husbands and my granddaughter. Yeah, they only live 3 miles away, but they stay. They're going to stay for the rest of the week with us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's way cool. We're having a blast, but yeah, there will be periodic, sounds coming.
I enjoyed nothing more than watching my parents with their first grandchildren.
Oh yeah,
it's just special, and watching Christmas through Oliviana's face has just been absolutely special.
Well, I was an obnoxious, doting father, and so I've given notice to all my friends. I'm going to scale new heights as a grandfather.
That's what you do.
Oh,
You
yeah.
send them home with mom and dad, Ty.
Yeah,
and
no
let them
shame.
deal with the fallout.
No shame, no self-consciousness whatsoever. It's all going to hang out.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm going to.
Tammy, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Tammy.
Happy New Year.
Hey Ty, just for the sanity of your children, keep the pieces of candy to one at a time.
See, when they aren't your own, you can stir with them.
You can load them up
Yeah.
on
Monster energy drinks, all that good stuff. Just send them home with mom and dad.
Oh, My niece on Christmas Day, when she was over here, the next day she was gonna have to get up early to go to her aunt's house. I'm like, do you want another kickstart? That was really good. I go, you want two? She's like, yeah. I go,
Mom and dad.
God bless you. I want you bouncing off, not my walls.
She was very curious about the other black cherry thing that you had. And she's like, oh, damn, there's nothing left.
We figured out that Oliviana, if she has red food dye, it will trigger a response that looks like ADHD.
Really?
She'll start babbling. You will not understand. Normally I can understand her, but you will not be able to. It'll just be babble, just be. And
Hey, Tom, red dye is a side effect of ADHD. A lot of kids with ADHD are allergic to red dye, and it does make them hyper.
Oh, it's an allergy thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
that does not explain me, because I've eaten candy with red dye my whole life, and I'm like, I'm now cutting it out for the sake of Olivia.
You built up a tolerance, dude. That's the whole thing.
It's just like rum, you know what I mean? Just like I can drink a lot of rum now, where I used to not be able to. Like when I was 5 years old, it would get me drunk real quick.
I would hope so. What are you, Puerto Rican? I say that and jest because my son is Puerto Rican, but
I'm joking too, by the way. I did not drink at 5 years old. Jeez, it was 7.
The first time I got wrecked, I was 13. My cousin's house. Me and a cousin from the other side of the family, so not related to me. We were hanging out. It was like Christmas or Thanksgiving, and when dinner got called, everybody left their glasses of wine and champagne.
Someone did the cleanup.
We ate early. We ate quickly, and we were just like, I'll have a look.
You started taking off
Oh
the
my-
leftovers.
Oh my God! I was asleep before we got into the car.
You were doing a service though to the family. You're
I
trying to
was cleaning
clean
up.
up the mess.
I was, and the mom was like, "Are you okay?" I'm just tired. I'm really, really, really tired. It wasn't 2 years later that she was asking me, like, I don't know, 20 years later, do you remember that time at your Aunt Penny's house? I go, yeah. She says, you don't know what time I'm talking about. I go, no, I do. Yeah, Chris, what do you mean you do? Yeah, the time that got me and the cousin from the other side of the family were drinking all the wine.
Oh, that's that why.
That's what you did? I go, oh my God, yes.
She's probably, oh, thank God. I understand now.
Hey, Eric, I did the same thing, but I was just a tad bit older, but not too much.
The wedding. The wedding.
No, 2 weddings, and my aunts were
Aw.
dancing on the tables.
They were dancing on the tables.
We cleaned all the wine, and then they went and danced on the tables. I did not.
All right.
I was 8 or 9 when I was dared by my older brother John
Oh, jeez.
to drink like my grandma's whiskey, because I guess a similar situation she got up to go.
Oh, it was the cheap stuff, Rach.
I'm sorry, no, it wasn't whiskey. It was actually scotch.
I'm about to say,
She
yeah.
was a scotch.
Oh, that's even
drinker.
worse.
Hard.
McMaster's Scotch.
Yeah, and so he's like, I dare you to drink her scotch all the way. I did it. And I was like, I can't feel my feet.
Or Goldschlager.
Well, I don't
I
got
got
any
so-
similar. I don't got any similar story, but I can tell you when I stopped drinking. I started drinking, and I had in college, and,
Uh-huh.
and a little bit after I got out of college. But basically, I barfed on a princess. I was at Penzic. It was one of the few times where I drank at all, and typically to excess. And one of the last Penzics I went to, and this is early '90s, I drank
Pensic Wars,
way
right?
too much, and I had a memory blackout.
Oh,
And
that's scary.
according to everybody, I barfed on one of the Society of Creative Anachronism princesses.
Aw.
You gave
And I
that
tell you,
Pensic
I
Wars
did
a
not
memory.
like the memory blackout. I distinctly remember the early evening,
Right.
but I didn't remember anything after.
Oh.
And my wallet was gone.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
And I found out, and I know this is so, because the SCA, for those you don't know, the Penzic is a medieval reenactment event. I was infested with lice for some reason,
Oh, jeez, Rob.
That's a bad hangover.
and except for my bachelor party for a few years later, I never drank another touch another drop of alcohol. since then. I
Oh,
never really
so
liked the
you
stuff,
were At Pensac
so that's when I
Wars.
basically stopped drinking.
Yeah, you were at Pensac Wars. You got so drunk, your wallet got stolen, and you caught bad head lice.
Oh,
And
And
I barfed on a princess.
And you
There you
keep
go.
on the SCA princess.
Rob, this is for you.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
If that
I
is
guess
a
the
bad
only
roll on
reason
a-
I made it through
Yeah.
the night because I had a wooden walking staff, big ass wooden walking staff, so it kept me propped, so nobody had to drag me home. They had to guide me.
man.
But
Rob, I'm not partying with you, my friend. I'll game with you, but I'm not partying with you, man.
All right. So when I was getting hired as a cop, you got to go through written psych and oral psych. And part of the oral psych, they're interviewing you to find out if you have any alcohol or drug abuse in your background that you didn't reveal otherwise.
Psychological exam.
Yeah, and the woman that's questioning me, she's youngish, like young 20s, cute. And I was like, oh, she's kind of cute. And I'm like 27, 28. And she's like, have you ever used drugs? No. Hard drugs? No. Soft drugs? No. Marijuana? No. And she's like, you've never smoked marijuana? I go, no. So now I'm realizing that, holy shit, I hadn't. But
Yep.
if I keep on saying no to all this shit, that she's going to go full of shit.
Yep.
So she gets to the, have you ever drunk to it? Do you drink alcohol? Yes. Have you ever drunk to excess? Yes. Oh, tell me about it. So I'm like, all right, in for a penny, in for a pound. I was like, well, I had a July 4th party at my house. And after the party ended, me and my friend Paul kept drinking. And we kept drinking to the point where the pile of beer cans was getting about waist high. And that wasn't because it was in a can. It was just a pile of beer cans just getting like waist high.
You guys drank that flipping much, no joke.
After the party ended, we almost finished the case between us. All right, me and my friend Paul. God rest his soul, we lost him on 9/11. So I passed out in a recliner. Now, just to give you a little hint to the future, this recliner had a twin downstairs in my parents' apartment. So I wake up mid-puke.
Oh,
I've already puked all over myself. I am still vomiting.
As bad as me sticking to
Okay, so I get up, go, holy shit, it's like, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning. By the way, my alarm has already been going off because I got to go to work in the morning. I strip my clothes off. By the way, Paul is passed out on my couch. So I strip all my clothes off. Paul's thankfully sleeping. Go to the shower, rinse off, walk naked past him, still sleeping. Get my clothes on, get out of the house, puke on my stoop, puke at the bus stop, puke getting off the bus, not on the bus, puke at the and I told him this whole story. I threw up on the first floor of Stearns.
That's like 5 pukes so far.
Yeah, I was doing it at 9:50. It's now 10:30. I've now thrown up in the garbage can at the bargain spot on the first floor, and I've thrown up on the 4th floor in the electronics department where I worked.
Damn.
Phone rings 10 minutes after I get to my position, and it's my store manager, and he's going, "Eric," I'm like, "Yeah, Mr. Ross." He goes, "You know that party that your girlfriend invited me to?" I go, "Yeah, I know." And I said I couldn't go to because I'm the store manager. I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you know how many people called out sick from this department store today?" I go, He goes, 7. He goes, "And you're the 3rd person to come in extremely late." I go, "Okay." And then he goes, "I watched you on a security camera throwing up in my garbage can on the 1st floor. And I see you throw up in the garbage can in your department." I'm like, "Uh-huh." He goes, "I'm going to tell you what to do." And I was the only person working in electronics. He goes, "I know you're the only one there. Lock your register, go across the street to Dwayne Reed, buy Alka-Seltzer and a large Dixie cup.
Alka-Seltzer, the universal cure for everything back then.
Then you're going to come back, you're going to fill that cup with water, put 3 Alka-Seltzers in it, let it foam up. You're going to chug it and stand in front of the garbage can for 10 minutes. In 20 minutes, you're going to feel fine." You got to go.
Oh, no.
It's my store manager telling me all this. So
it was all very parental.
So what about that 10-minute gap?
And so now the interviewer's like,
I'm with Ty on this one. What about that gap?
Yeah, there's a 10-minute gap there that I don't feel
"Yeah,
good
well, you're gonna be puking that whole time," and which is pretty much what it was. So then my interviewer, her eyes are like fucking like, "Why? Like, this is holy fucking honest." And then I go, and by the way, the cap is that the next weekend when my friends were over, my parents were still up in the Poconos.
Okay.
I go, we swapped the recliners. So they got the one that I puked up in, and I got the clean one. They never knew.
Smart man.
They never knew. So, and they hired me. All right. So truth means a lot. It's like, wow. And I said to her, after that, I never drank to excess, which is true into my retirement date. In which case, I drank so much that when I got home, my cell phone was ringing, and I'm answering, and I'm like, "What?" And it's like I'm getting yelled at with an Irish brogue.
Marisa,
you dumb motherfucker. I'm like, "What? Did you
Ronnie Gall accent?
Did you plan on giving me an $80 tip, or did you just leave a $100 bill because you think whoa. She goes, "You left a fucking $100 tip, you drunk asshole. If you don't get down here."
Wait a minute. Why was she being mad if you left her $100 tip?
Because she's honest.
Oh, okay. She's one of
She's
the.
angry, but that she's honest.
Yeah, so she's
Gotcha.
She's in recovery herself. She's in recovery herself, and
she was unique.
Thyatis.
yes.
You see, Thyatis, this is what you get into when you show your face for the first time to everybody.
Speaking of Irish,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is
don't,
direct from Ireland.
Oh, I got
Oh, I
mine.
like
Oh yeah,
that. Yeah.
she was from Donegal.
she was from Donegal, like my CO
You need to
was.
break in yours a little bit more.
Yeah.
I need your.
Gotta go get me my hat.
Get your hat, motherfucker.
I don't have my hat's in the other room.
I'll go get it.
My wife's gonna make me wear a
Well, I
hat.
do have one bit of gaming news.
It's
It's
weird.
actually, I have one bit of gaming news.
What? Tell us.
So this is a freebie. I like every year I try to do a project and just give it away to the community. This year I made an interactive version of the classic traveler generator that's on
Awesome.
that I host.
Oh, is this what he's doing? Oh,
Yeah, I gave you
already
I gave you
played
the
with
link, Eric, so you can share it in
Yeah.
Discord. So now
About to
now
do.
you can start a career and go to the term and pick which skill table to roll on.
Oh, wait. But you
Hey,
can.
Rob, did you code this?
Yes,
What'd you use?
JavaScript.
Java.
So
Now the original, the completely automatic one, that was originally written by a Phil Gorman, and I added the Citizen of the Imperium careers to it for 18 careers. And then this year, I totally what we call refactored it, redesigned it. So the old one still works, but the new one I can also make an interactive version.
Nice.
can you still die in character creation?
Yes.
All right.
That's
Who's
all.
that?
game.
You better be.
Game.
It's classic. It doesn't make it a good game, but it makes it a classic. We used to.
Now wait a second.
What?
The death during character generation is a balancing mechanism to keep you from mustering out with 70-year-old characters with 10,000 skills.
Oh, no, I'm not saying otherwise, Ty, but me and my friend Andrew Dansescu in high school, when we were already scamming because we got book room jobs instead of gym, because you just walked around the school delivering books for like 10 minutes and then you had the rest of the period yourself.
Never heard of that.
Oh, yeah, it was a great job in my high school.
Book room?
Book room. We would roll traveler characters up as NPCs during that time when we weren't delivering books or stealing books. I would take a few.
As you do.
You know.
That's adorable.
So we would roll character, and it's like, I fucking died. Of course you died. You're fucking 62. What did you expect to do?
He was so hungry for that knowledge that he stole the books.
Oh, yeah, it's the only way I got to read, what the hell is the one with the...
I'm really intrigued
One
with
more
this.
link, Eric. That's the blog post where I posted the instructions for it. So better post that one up too.
All right.
It's kind of straightforward, but I had a few questions on it. So
Traveler was how I learned BASIC when I was in high school.
I never learned basic.
Oh, really?
yeah, it
well,
was Traveler was like the way. You know, it was obvious that I can write a BASIC program to do subsectors or something like that.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly right. The first use of it was to create subsectors, and then all their other subsystems were randomized, and so you just kind of went from there. But yeah, still a remarkable game given the page count of the first 3 books, how much content they packed into those 3 little tiny books.
Well, I mean, and not only that, but the staying power of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's
now
so
people
popular as
can
hell.
commercially publish for it on Drive-Thru RPG. The Mongoose allows people to publish classic traveler material now for their Journal of the Traveler's Aid Society.
Oh, awesome.
I wasn't
So
aware.
basically, you choose your career.
Now you choose a career, hit start, and then you click term, and then you have to pick. You'll get a number of skill picks.
Nice. I like this. Is really interesting.
Mm-hmm. So my memory of a traveler was he needed at least one scout or one merchant who got a fucking ship. Or
Wait, you got to clarify that, Eric. You need one scout who survived.
Survive.
All right.
Yeah.
And if it's an army guy, you need an Army guy who didn't get promptly mustered out after his first term.
That was the part I hated more than dying in character generation, was mustering out after one term. With 2 skills.
Well, especially in the game where as written, you weren't gaining skills.
No, that's right. Yeah, there was no experience system that was. They had a really crappy secondary education thing that you could do, but it would take years of game time to get skills and the obligatory roles to see if you'd stick with it and all that crap. But yeah. Oh, them was the days.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at this now. Yeah.
Yes,
Nice work, Rob. Seriously.
it's the Irish Cap Hat Club.
Yeah.
But you can't. Your hat has to be from Donegal. If it isn't from Donegal, it's shite.
It's shite.
It's shite.
Of course.
Sorry, that's all I got.
Yeah, this is a very elegant little.
Except
I don't
I
wear hats very often, folks.
but I have been stabbed by an Irishman, so that kind of
Hello,
makes
Tom.
That gets you into the club, man.
Okay, that's a story we need to hear about.
I have a friend, dear friend. He's racist as hell. He's from Charlestown, Massachusetts.
Uh-oh. Is that where
Wait, do you know Dave
I
Johnson?
come from a religious background.
I am not.
And my friend was
Moss.
everybody was being like, why are you friends with him? Because he really has some rough edges. But this is the guy. I was stuck on Cape Cod with a catering delivery. I couldn't get back to get my kid off the bus. And he walked across East Boston with gout, which is super painful.
Ow.
And intercepted her and brought her
That's
to
an
work.
ouch.
And then, gave her some cookies out of our bakery and a piece of paper and a pen. Said, draw pictures till your dad gets here. And, she was 6 years old. And so everybody's like, I don't get why you're friends with him. I'm like, I just like the guy.
Because he's a decent human flipping being to you.
Well, and this was the guy that I could call him and say, hey, I need you. And he would drop what he was doing and he'd be there for me. And, so he has PTSD. And when he drinks too much, and he's an Irish cliche, so he drinks too much, he tries to stab people.
Oh, I do that all the time when I get drunk.
Traumatic experience and then acting out that way, or something different?
Well, he runs a script, and I actually was there one time when he ran the script. I kind of figured out that something happened to him as a young man, either when he spent time in jail, or it might have happened in the Catholic Church because there had been a lot of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
In the Catholic Church. And so he runs the script where he starts thinking, you're going to hurt me. And then next thing you know, he's grabbing something to stab you. And I happen to be at his house one time.
Oh, okay.
And he bounced the pen off of me a few times, put holes in my shirt and bounced it off my head. And, all I could do to get my my glasses are over here. My phone's over here, keep the coffee table between me and him. And, but I still love the guy.
But you could see where his pain was and his intention.
He suppresses it, but he drinks too much, and then his subconscious mind wants to deal with that.
Right.
And so many times I just learned to, in the month of March, which is my birthday, I would be like, hey, let's go have a drink. No, I just learned, go find out where Billy is and then get him out of that situation and bring him home. Too much had happened to him. So, but again, I just love the guy, and we'd be at work and we could say things to each other that were really inappropriate, but nobody else understood what they were. We'd be like, they'd be asking where another driver is, and we just look at each other and go 3-hour tour, and we'd shorthand, or we'd be quotes that I will not utter from Blazing Saddles because it probably is delisted on YouTube.
A classic movie.
Yes.
One of the best.
And so we just had this shorthand, and we could communicate with these stupid movie quotes. And, because we're
one of the best quotes of Blazing Saddles. Just give me one moment while I whip this out.
Mm.
Billy might have been partial to something about, hey, where are the white women at?
Yeah,
But
where the white women at?
The sheriff is a.
Ty Beard's like, I'm gonna take another drink here.
Well, listen, the sad thing is, a movie like that, like Blazing Saddles, was hard to make in the 70s. It would never be made.
Yeah, it was
today.
hard to make in the 70s, but people were able to receive it in the 70s and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, have it be meaningful because what it was trying to mock. you
Right.
know?
And that's the whole thing. It was mocking. But today,
Richard Pryor was one of the
sensitive
writers.
Yeah.
that they're say, oh,
Like even just the act of like mocking or satire is the actual offense.
yep.
And not necessarily bringing awareness.
And it's so weird, the things that they'll edit out of that. I remember watching it in the 80s, and that whole scene where the cowboys have been eating beans.
Oh, I love that scene.
Oh,
And
well,
they're
they're fire. Yeah.
muted all of
That
those
was my mom's favorite.
noise out of that scene. I remember thinking, like, these guys were passing gas in the scene, and you just see them getting up and
Yeah.
there's no sound. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they edited that. Like, they didn't want it on broadcast TV.
I saw one in the late 80s or early 90s where they edited out. They left in every N word, which would be a third of the dialogue if you cut that
Yeah.
out. But they left that in, and I can't remember if they left the farts in or not. But they cut the scene out where Slim Pickens rides up and says, I hired you to lay some track, not dance around like a bunch of Kansas City. and they cut the disparaging term for gay men out, but left every other.
That
It was humor.
Right, but
And the thing is, I'm not sure. I think in that cut, the scene at the end where Dom DeLuise is the director, and he's like,
oh, yeah.
me. And they didn't cut it. They didn't cut that out. And so I'm like, going, this is
Like
anyway.
Like Ty, do you remember that movie, The Cannonball Run?
Oh yes.
Speaking of Don DeLuise, where he pulls up to those two hot women, and the lady looks at Don DeLuise and says, "If you can beat me, you can me." And he's like, they look at the camera. He looks at the camera, and all of a sudden they start scorching wheels. It's humor, folks.
That was the one where what's her name from the Dukes of Hazzard and this other woman, they would get pulled over by the cops, and they would just pull their Catherine Bach. They'd pull the zipper down and the jumpsuits down, and the cops would be just going
Yep.
And the last scene of the movie, it's a gorgeous blonde female cop that walks up.
Oh no!
Yep, that doesn't do
I
nothing.
don't suppose you got a driver's license tucked away in there anywhere.
Well, my favorite part of that movie was Roger Moore telling everybody that he was Roger Moore.
Where's Roger? I'm Roger Moore.
Who?
Who are you? What?
You know,
Here we
I
are,
gotta tell you,
talking about 70s movies that are actually funny, unlike a lot these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Yeah, but you know what? I found out a while back that recently I found that my whole childhood has been a lie. I found out that the actual distance from Texarkana, Texas to Atlanta is such that Smokey, that basically Bandit and Snowman could have made it all the way to Texarkana and back to Atlanta and had like 5 hours to spare and only going 55 miles an hour.
We've all been deceived.
I know.
You know, us northern people totally still believe that shit.
Well,
Atlanta.
No, I did the math. I went, you got to be kidding me. They literally could have finished 5 hours early without breaking the speed limit. I mean, if they'll lie about that, you know.
They'll lie about everything.
It made a good movie.
They'll lie about the air being safe at 9/11 and COVID. I mean, what the hell? I mean,
yeah.
Is Rob's camera frozen?
No,
Rob's just
he's just very still.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's just Rob.
Make sure.
So how do you
I was reading a
participate in the
Wikipedia
chat
article
on
about the
this
Cannonball
app?
Run to refresh my memory.
Oh, Ty, I've got two windows open. I got one from YouTube and one from Restream.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on Restream, but I'm on an iPad, so you know.
Oh,
Okay, guys,
actually, you have very good
everybody here.
quality.
Yeah, it is.
I like your classic Coors Light because Coors. Sorry, not Coors
Oh
Light.
yeah.
Well, I have triple monitors over here.
I can. To me, for me to have triple monitors, Rob,
And here.
I got to use Victor and I can't do that. I have two.
All right, Rob.
What do you need?
Ready? You ready?
Oh, and this
I'm
one.
I can't look at two.
I could use three. Our son Chris can use 9 monitors.
Wow, that is
I
pretty
don't
good.
know.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, you got 4 with 2
I have
portraits.
I have 5.
So my
I have
big
5
innovation
on
Use
is
the
the
giant
laptop.
60
my big
inch
innovation.
How do
this
you do
year is
that?
because
I can't
my vision is
imagine.
getting hard, so I have mine on a swivel arm.
I gotta
monitor.
grab one of my 32s here and put it vertical like that. I gotta put a third one in the middle.
So now I can just type like this and
Yeah,
see
It's
everything.
great for scripting. So if you're doing any sort of code work, have
that's the big thing with me. I do a lot of coding, and I gotta get a vertical going.
Yep.
So hint, another monitor.
Okay.
I'll just go to the camper.
Like when I used to see patients and give like psychotherapy online, I used to have my iPad Pro with the patient in front of me, and then I'd have my big, because I have a big iMac,
Yeah,
and the
27.
big iMac would have their chart. So like, it worked out really well.
Did you guys use pictures?
He tried to put the monitor on the side. I had no idea.
I tried to.
I was like, "Where's the mouse at?" I can't see well.
I tried to accommodate. I tried.
I try everything, and sometimes shit doesn't work, and that's all good.
All right, so I got a question for everybody. Those of you that are married or in a committed relationship or whatever you want to term it, is for Rach and I, Christmas is all month. All right, we don't wrap any gifts. We just go,
No.
"Oh, you want new shoes?"
I used to when I first got here.
Yeah, for each other, we don't wrap gifts. We just order stuff, and it's like, "Hey, that's yours."
Really?
It's December 15th. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's yours because besides the fact that we know each other, I can't hold off on. Oh, the gift arrived on December 17th. I gotta wait a week
Right, and he's not so comfortable with surprises.
I don't do surprises very well.
Yeah, that never worked out. So it's just okay. Well, what do you want? We're gonna do this. And he just needs to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one word for to account for all the differences. Kids. If you have kids, they still want the present. They want the trees.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, kids. You have to. Kids, forget it.
I want to say between us, it's a month of gift giving and no wrapping, but for the family, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother-in-law, our niece, your family out in Connecticut,
yes,
they all get gifts,
but they all tell you what they want.
Right.
We all communicate.
But Rach
might make good gifts.
Our big gift, kind of this, or our weekend, our event was going to see Seinfeld.
Yes.
And that was like, besides the fact that my seat sucked and my ass hurt the whole time, Seinfeld was fucking hilarious. Better, as Ty said, better than any of the Seinfeld episodes. Live, the man is 110% spot on.
He is hysterical.
The opening act was 100. The opening act offended some people, but
it was all great.
But I swear
she got over it.
Yeah, but
very quickly.
But it was really, really good. But listen, we Ubered in, and we Ubered out, and we had the tickets. It was a fun time. But that's something that we, do for like last year for anniversary, we got the Garden.
Yes.
For our indoor garden.
Because we both enjoy gardening and yeah.
Yeah.
We had a huge adjustment this year because see, our daughters for the first time, our 18-year-old and 22-year-old, last summer they decided that they want to kind of harken off on their own. They got their own apartment together. Typical. They're going to kick ass, take names, and so we didn't have that Christmas build up. We still put our tree up. We still do gifts and all that. Me and Tina, and for the girls and such.
Oh
But
yeah.
the thing is it just didn't have that like daily kid thing. And they're not they're adults. Yeah, she did because she has little ones. She teaches, but
Right.
it's just really weird when you don't. It's a change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well, we used to go
that
out
becoming
there.
an empty nester. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
What's that, Ty?
We used to
Becoming
go out
an
to
empty
Arizona
nester.
with-
I didn't like that.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of happy.
How is
I mean,
that?
it's kind of nice
It's
to
a little
have,
messy in
house
here.
to house and everything. But I admit,
We love our boy,
I
but
like the little ones running around.
Yeah.
And I even like
Yeah.
the older ones running around. They're pests. Yeah, they're pain in the butt sometimes. But you know what? You love them, and you just gotta sit there and you gotta adjust.
Right.
So now my wife has this child next to her that she has to deal with.
Is he on
So-
the floor yet? Oh, there she is.
No,
So my
for me.
family
Oh,
used
you?
to go. My family used to go out to Arizona and have Christmas with my sister and my brother-in-law,
oh,
but we couldn't do that starting on the pandemic,
Mhm.
and it just got too expensive with the four of us here and two of them there. So what we do now, what I did before was I used FaceTime, and we would all open presents together using FaceTime, but it was with an iPad, and I got to say, FaceTime on an iPad is just over the line of acceptable. But Eric, thanks to the Max Pro 2019 that you got me,
Mhm.
and I used FaceTime on that. That kicked ass. That was so much better.
yeah, it's because that one it has the focus on the face. So like when I would like exercise and do yoga with people over that, it was hard because it wouldn't go to like the full look of like what the body was doing. It would just like zone in on the face.
On the iPad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, Rob.
Trust
But
me,
it's
if I
really
ever
good
did that
face.
rage yoga like that, you'd be happy it didn't zoom in on me.
So, by the way,
But with the laptop, I was able to position the camera so
All
it
right,
was
awesome.
perfect angle. With the iPad, it was like this weird prop
Yeah.
thing I had to do.
So,
Also, one other thing, I was able to get the. I really appreciate you giving me that laptop. I was able to get all three of these monitors hooked up to it.
nice.
Aw.
Awesome.
Mm.
Well, Rob.
I had to buy a dongle to do it, but I was able to do it.
Listen, like with Rach and I, when it comes to, I don't call it orphaned electronics or whatever, but when I don't believe in trading shit in because you get fucking
You don't
pennies.
get what
You get pennies on a dollar.
yeah,
I'd rather give them to family and friends.
exactly. If it's gonna help somebody out and
You know.
somebody's gonna it's gonna be a come up for somebody else,
Yes.
and why not?
Yes, Ed? You got something?
Yeah. Hey, Rob, we're using one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I found out that a dual
What is that, a
on a
Reggie
MacBook
phone?
No, it's
Pro. So pro tip, everybody, if you have a MacBook Pro, and if you get one of those with two HDMI ports and plug it in, only one of them will work. Well, one of them, they will both work, but the two will mirror each other. You have to have if you really want to have separate monitors, you have to have a separate dongle, each in their own port.
I had this problem.
This one does have an internal hard drive on it, though, that will actually translate it out to an extended display if you have the driver.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Even for the M1 chips or whatever they are. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I had you and I have
go check your phone rates and see who's calling. By the way, I'm gonna throw Rach under the bus right now.
uh-oh.
Why?
All right, so
Hey, at least she has pants on, man.
she's got the pants on.
I wear the pants in this family.
Constantly. I can't tell you why, but constantly. But in 2025, we, meaning I am going to assist in this endeavor, are going to ensure that Rach gets some
Oh shit! Yeah.
yoga videos up.
Yeah, I need to get more comfortable using the camera and shooting
She's not only a yoga
Videos.
instructor, she's an advanced yoga
Yes.
instructor. She's certified, and I know this because I took her to all the fucking
How
classes.
do you do that shit? I bend down to tie my shoes and I get lightheaded.
You gotta just keep doing it, and as you stay
Doing it, you gotta doing it.
as you stay stretching, as you stay doing the poses, just you'll be amazed at what happens and how your body
Yeah, I'll end up in
How-
the ER.
you get more.
Break my head off to you, literally.
Hey, I do the stuff I don't have to sit down for, but with my kids in my classroom, all those yoga
I
poses that you
spit coffee all over them, or tea all over them. Give me a paper
can't.
towel.
hang on, gosh.
Spit all over my monitor, literally.
All right, so what is our niece sending us?
Oh,
I have no idea what the hell that is.
no, but
Or-
you're right. You would be proud of
I-
me. My kids do yoga at school.
It looks like looks like some kind of perfume. And thank God it doesn't look like alcohol, Rach. So I'm happy with that.
Hold on.
Our niece is sending Rachel text messages, but they make no sense. But that's okay.
It's in Snapchat. I don't have that. I
Oh.
don't know how to do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Snapchat is
I have no idea what this
program
is.
in the world. Horrible website. All right, I think that's pretty safe. I think other than that, I just sprayed it all over the place.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, yoga is an amazing thing. Like, you know, and you also learn to, like, it can really help with like being able to get down to the floor and come up from the floor. So you don't have these problems as yet. But
you'd be
as you get
surprised.
older, you may start to have more stiffness and discomfort.
Yeah.
And sort of panic as you. I don't have this because I've been doing yoga for a long time.
I
But
panic.
when he goes down to the floor, he sometimes will, become a little panicked about how am I going to get myself up out of this, So, I will give him, verbal cues to help him get back up.
I may wait.
I don't know if it was a physical assistance or what.
Hey, pull my arm. Pull my finger. Pull my arm.
Maybe the arm.
I play yoga every day for my kids, and they love it. But for me to do it, nope. I'm like cleaning tables, so I'm like, if I sit down on the ground with the classroom of kids, nope, I better be there at least 5 or 10 minutes.
Aww.
Oh, yeah.
Walking around waving my arms in the air, and the kids like it.
Yeah.
The arms in the air, and yay, go, cheer them on.
Yeah.
Part of it is knowing your own limitations or your own restrictions and where you're at.
Well, that's the thing, yoga is a powerful tool because it'll meet you wherever you're at. You can do yoga in a bed. You can do yoga in a chair. You can
Rach,
anywhere, anytime.
you convinced me. You've convinced me. Let's look for Muggsy in the City. No, I'm sorry. It's a Bugs Bunny cartoon. What I'm saying is, I'm convinced. Do the fucking videos.
All right.
You were doing it.
You're gonna have to have me. I need proper lighting.
Okay.
You guys were doing
When I have shadowy lighting, it looks not so nice.
What's up, John?
You were doing that a year ago. You were filming Rach doing the yoga, and she did this one thing where she had like her leg like above behind her like neck.
That was preparing for North Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we did some poses that some breathing exercises and some poses that help to fight like COVID or infections, concrud. Yeah.
No, not me.
I'm not physically able to do that.
Don't mind him.
Nor am I. Nor am I. I am what you would consider to be Not even a yoga novice. I am yoga at skill 0.
Yeah, you did chair yoga.
I did chair yoga.
Yeah.
I did a live stream when
For St. Jude's.
For St. Jude's.
Is that your son?
Hey, Glenn, what's up?
Oh.
Happy New Year, Glenn. We are.
I'm sorry, with his voice like that, it's just like a peanut character.
We're online with.
Glenn, come in the chat.
No,
it's not in the chat, but come in the video.
Glenn's not going to come into the video.
Oh.
Glenn, thank you for
a little bit. Happy New Year.
We got in here.
Glenn, enjoy the karaoke, young man.
Oh yeah, cool. He found a spot for his karaoke, and he is enjoying it every
All right,
week.
sounds good.
Good stuff. Go, Glenn.
Glenn is karaokeing. Glenn is doing everything associated with karaokeing. I don't know what that would be, but
drinking, but you can't drink too much, or else you won't be able to follow the words with the light of the words.
You know what?
That's my problem. Like if I drink too much, like I have even less control over my eyes.
I think Glenn is going from his inner Glenn. I don't think that worrying about the words is going to be a concern at the moment.
I mean, I'm lyrically challenged. I don't have all of them memorized. He's one of those guys I would guess would probably have a lot of lyrics memorized.
Yeah.
Speaking of yoga, I didn't do yoga, but when I was in the swimming team in high school, the coach was a strong believer in proper stretching exercise before we started practice.
Yeah.
And so I learned a bunch of stretching techniques, and over the years, I practice them. And as I get older, now I'm approaching 60, I cry now because it's nowhere near the range of motion I had 20, 30, or when I was 18.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I've been struggling with that myself this year because
your knees?
My knees have they have the arthritis, so I can't. There's a pose called Malasana where it's like you're basically like a little frog, like this, and like in between your legs, and your butt's like basically to the floor, but like hovering above the floor. It's like a very deep squat, and so like when the doctor told me, "Oh no, you can't do that anymore. Please don't do that," and physical therapy confirmed this. I was like, oh, shit, that's going to be very different, because I always I don't know, doing that pose made me feel really young.
Are you?
And I feel like an old lady because I can't go down that low.
I have a question for everybody here. Just kind of a general overall question. It's the new year. We already talked a little bit about goals and everything. What was one really positive thing in 2024 that you all saw with someone else that made you happy?
Wait, a positive thing in 2024 that
somebody else.
What was that question again?
What was something that happened or you saw that involved somebody else, not you in the least bit, that made you happy, whether it was for them or just in general, it was something that you saw? And I'm not talking about big company. I'm just talking about friends or someone online or something like that.
Well,
switch things up a little bit, something a little bit different.
See, Don, you're saying, which I'm not involved in it all, so I can't just. I'm involved in so much shit in different ways, but I'm going to say this: 2024.
Okay, you can be involved in it.
All right, thank you, sir. I really do appreciate it. I really don't know what else to say other than I really do appreciate it. But the two of you and your better half, you're pretty good, but your better half.
She's better.
Moderately so. Have shown Rach and I what it is to not just have true friendship, but a true relationship, a true loyalty. The two of you inspire us. Inspire me, at least.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I am blessed to have you both as friends from Rach and I. But you're nearly family. And that being said, we've never met face to face. But
Not yet.
not yet. We're getting close.
We're getting ready.
But by the way, a little secret on Thursday in my neighborhood, there's alternate side of the street parking from 11:30 to 1 p.m. So you might want to get here at like 12:50, 12:55, or else there won't be no
This
parking.
is different for them because they like in other
Well,
parts.
we're dealing with right
you might
now,
need
real
to
quick.
park.
We're
Can't
dealing
park
with
in
him
the-
right now with his boiler. What is with boilers in the East Coast?
So now all right.
Heat.
All right, so for heat, a lot of how we have gas heat now, so it's changed a little bit. But we used to have oil heat. So you used to have a huge oil tank in your basement, which, by the way, Rach, is where the big table downstairs, my mother keeps all her shit, on that far wall across from the washing machine.
Oh, it's this side.
That used to be a huge oil tank.
But isn't the thing that
What?
makes the water hot? Isn't that thing right beside the?
Yeah, but it isn't what it was.
washer?
It isn't what it was.
Oh.
When it was oil, it was a lot different. Now we're on
Oh.
gas. Not my gas. We're talking like real gas. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I'm terrified down there. I don't look around. I just know I go as far as the washer and dryer, and I don't want to know about anything else. I'm terrified.
Any house, when you go in the basement, you see tree trunks with bark on it. Tells you this is a fucking old house.
Yeah.
And that's what we got, I gotta say.
And the one in the Poconos is worse. The one in the Poconos is really.
Wait a minute. How do you have a tree trunk?
The one in the Poconos,
It has floor. I don't think it has a floor.
Rach. The one in the Poconos has a pirate death sign of skull and crossbones on the wall, which I have no idea. It was before my grandfather.
Oh, no wonder. It's like danger, danger, danger.
Wait a minute. Are you talking like the official?
There's danger. That mice down there.
And by the way, the other thing about New York City that you two need to know, there is no right on red.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
All right.
I know. Listen, as somebody who grew up on no right on red and then started driving out Long Island, I've had people honk their horns and they're like, "Why the fuck aren't you turning?" I'm like, "The light's red." New York City is no right on red unless indicated, and trust me,
That is messed up.
it's no way you'll never find it indicated. The two corners that used to indicate it that I knew of, no longer do.
Do they just do that so that they can get more tickets out? Like
No. They do that because New York City, with its 8.5 million people, has so many cars that they assume that you are a fucking retard. Probably the first time I've heard tonight. But they assume that you are a fucking retard. That you will not, and remember, these are New Yorkers. You will not respect the pedestrians right away.
Yeah.
That's the assumption. So no right on red, because that will mean a lot of pedestrians potentially run over on those.
So it's a New York City thing, not a New York State thing.
No, it's only New York City. I don't know of any other location in New York City that does that, but when you drive into New York City, the signs are up on the side of the road of all the highways, but nobody reads them. But I'm just telling you, just so you know,
Thank you. Yeah,
you're not surprised
that people are honking behind you.
Well, no.
Wait, are you driving your car into New York City?
What's that, Rob?
No.
Oh, God help you.
Yeah, they charge us $9 to go into.
No, they will
Manhattan.
be. They will be lower in Manhattan.
Us, yes, below 60th Street.
Right. Thank God.
Which, of course, everything I need is below.
Below 60th. I'll just drop you off on 61st Street, and you can.
There you go.
Walk.
What?
Yeah, no, that's okay. Oh shit, no, it's 53rd.
What is something that brought you joy and happiness?
What was that Don Rach was talking?
I was asking Rob. Here's the same question to him, going around the table.
Oh, Well, you invited me to be a guest of honor, and I was totally gobsmacked by that. That kind of involves me. I guess there's something that doesn't really involve me that I thought that really tickled me is the Atlas Games folk putting all of Ars Magica under Creative Commons.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
I didn't even see that.
Not just the rules, the entire
yeah,
line.
yeah. The entire line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's share
Wonderful.
alike, so you have to. That means when you use any of the material, your entire work has to be share alike as well. So you got to keep that in mind. But still, it's an incredible act of generosity. An entire classic RPG
Oh,
like that.
Central New York. By the way, cheers. Another new year. God bless you all.
Yeah. That's right. Isn't it?
Wait, Central New York?
Central time zone.
Central,
Not Central New York. Central New York
I was about to say,
is a
they're
convention.
all still in our time zone.
Yes. So for those in the Central time zone, God bless you. There we go. And we know we're not going to make it to Texas time zone.
Yeah. So, Tom, same question to you.
Well, it was just the biggest thing that has impacted my life in 2024 was this little toddler who came to live with us.
Yeah.
There you go.
And because it's Tammy and I thought I've fathered 2 biological children. Tammy's got 3, so we're like, oh yeah, we know what we're doing, and we don't.
We were empty
Not
nesters.
at that age, it kind
We
of
were empty nesters going to conventions and
We had our first date, and we were like, I could get used to this.
the highest rookie numbers.
we thought we knew what we were doing, and we were like giving her too much water before bed. Sure, have some more water, and and just making mistakes that we're like, oh, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but she came to us out of tragedy.
Yeah, there was a shaken baby syndrome thing with her sibling at 6 weeks, and it was just the DHS came to us
and say, if you don't take her, she's going to spend July 4th weekend in a hotel with a social worker. You don't say no.
Yeah. Well, the other side of that is that my mother, her mother died when my mother was an infant. And so my grandfather had to go to World War II in Europe, this little thing going on. And he gave my mother up for adoption to friends of his who were barren. And we live in the house built by those people who adopted my mother.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. So I live in the house that L. Forrest Bassett built. And
Okay, stop.
so people were like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I'm like,
I'm out, Tom. Give.
Tom,
Are you kidding me?
Out there, we don't know who they are.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not going to risk my mother coming back to haunt me. Hell no. And on top of that,
I am Olivia.
Tammy,
in many ways,
Tammy is Olivia.
Foster system.
Because she was a foster child, and
okay.
she was actually taken from her mother at age 17, which does not happen.
Okay.
Right.
Unless it's really extreme. And so
that's all to say, like, we aren't saints over here. We did the right thing because it's the right thing to do. It's not always easy, but we would not want it any other way. She calls Tom Uncle Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's like
Uncle Dad.
Uncle Daddy.
We're gonna go back.
I am Uncle Daddy, and we do this little thing where I say, "Are you a monkey?" And she's like, "Yeah." I go, "Does that make me a monkey's uncle?" And we do this little thing, and it's just a lot of fun. And everybody's like, "Oh, you're doing such a great thing." I'm like, I don't know. I had no choice in the matter. It's family history dictated. I had no choice.
Oh, sure.
Getting as much out as we're giving.
Yeah, and I just it gave me a sermon to preach at church. It's just the dividends that it paid in 2024. And we have a certain troll who has made, I'm gonna report you for this. I'm gonna do this and that. You guys know what that's all about.
Babe,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
life took a curve. These gentlemen were right there to
Oh
cheer
yeah,
us on.
these gentlemen have supported me here.
These wives have been right
Eric
there
and
to cheer
Dawn,
us on.
and
that has meant everything. That has.
honestly, we look at it now as, all right, God needed us to be different.
Yeah.
He brought this into our lives. We had no choice in it. We just said yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now this kid has a shot, at developing, experiencing that love and, corrective things as she gets older so that she can have a good life and, be able to overcome a lot of like some of what the family legacy might be.
Yeah. No, it's
speaking as an outsider to the situation, what you guys are doing is righteous. That's all I can say.
Amen.
I don't know if it's righteous. I just know it's what I had to do because
exactly. You know what?
You'd be surprised how many people are not willing to step up. Even
God puts you in certain situations, and you either put up or you don't. And I know with my son, not mine by blood, but certainly mine by heart. When his mother passed, he was just sort of 14 years old. There was no question that I was taking him in, and he was the best man at our wedding. And at 18,
signed off in the church.
He signed off the paperwork.
We always, always remind him of this.
And by the way, what I love is, as the best man, he had to give the speech at the wedding, at the reception. And
he was only 18.
He was only 18, and God bless my friend.
And he had a little bit of a load on.
The pub, we had a local pub, they weren't going to serve him, but everybody in my family and my friends were giving him beers. He's like, oh, here, have this one. I'll get another one. So when it came time for the speech, he was like, Dave, can you come up and say something? Because I can't. So, listen, I love Chris. I love our daughter-in-law.
Yes.
Casey. They are the best things that have. They got married this year.
Yes. They're the best things that ever happened to each other.
And to us.
It's it's like, in our relationship, we feel that that's the mercy that God or the universe or however you conceptualize any of that. It's the mercy that's been shown to each of us to be able to find each other, and then they got the same thing.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily run as smoothly, but Rach and I are specials.
Oh, so Fayez, what about you?
Yeah, the only thing I can really think of is I had a friend who I've been working with for a couple of years. We actually switched jobs together. I had to kind of mentor him a little bit on his work ethic, and as a result, this year he got a promotion. So, I'm really happy that effort came to fruition.
Nice.
God bless. By the way, Mike.
But it's not nearly as cool as fostering a kid. So.
You know what? Mike, I did you, by the way, motherfucker. Ty showed up. You did not. So you in Texas can go screw.
You know what? When God comes knocking, you just answer the door, and
it doesn't have to be about fostering.
And wherever God leads you, wherever God guides, He provides, is the old saying. And so no matter what it is, and if it's just that you're going to stop on the highway and help somebody change a tire, it's going to make a difference in that person's life.
Right.
And even tonight. we had a meeting. We had a visitation for Oliviana with her biological mother. And I'm a little salty because of the criticisms that have come towards Tammy from her. And but she had a thing where her power steering fluid was low and her power steering cut out completely. And we watched her drive into the parking lot, jerking on the wheel, and you could tell that, oh my gosh, she doesn't have any power steering. And so when we picked up Oliviana, Tammy's like, go over there, because she lifted her hood and she pulled out some power steering fluid. Go over there and help her out. And I'm a little salty because my wife's been criticized and lied about, but went over there, gave her good advice. Listen, hey, make sure you don't, do you see the fill line in there? Don't overfill power steering fluid. It creates a problem. And I, gave her good advice. Look, I know you got to drive 2.5 hours to get back home. So, drive 45 minutes, stop, check it, add if you got to do, and, drive another 45 minutes, pull over at a gas station, stop, check it, and gave her, make sure you buy another bottle because I could tell the bottle was almost out of power steering fluid.
Right.
Just do the right thing. I didn't want to. But the wife makes me do the things I don't want.
She makes you a better person. Rach makes me a better person.
I promise.
I will never argue that. Rach makes me better. When Rach and I were dating, maybe for like a year or so, my mother was, my mother, she didn't judge the people that I had dated prior, but with Rach, she said, Rach makes you a better person. She doesn't try to change you. She makes you better.
Yeah.
And that was a first. That, others try to change you to fix you. Rach just made me better. And that means that Rach understood me. Right. She still understands me. I don't know if that's good or bad. No. I like to think it's good, but God only fucking knows. But I will tell you, flat out that the person that I am now would not be the good person that I consider myself to be without the influence of Rach.
Yeah. Right. Amen. I can say the same.
You're here.
Yeah. So I mean, any man out there, if you have a good woman in your life, look at her and appreciate the fact that she makes you better. It doesn't mean that she makes you good, but she makes you better than you would have been without her, and that is certainly raised by multitudes.
Like you make me strive to be better.
Right.
You absolutely do. Like your qualities that are strengths are my weaknesses, and I
do it is here too.
I'm like, I wish I had those. I want those. I want to be better like you.
Yes.
So, I mean, honestly, listen, there's 3 couples on the screen right now. I know Rob and his wife. I think all of these relationships that you're looking at right now are people that are much more than they would be on an individual level,
right?
As a couple, as a union.
Yeah.
And I think that our spouses bring out the best in us, and I believe that's very important for not just life, but for happiness.
Yeah.
You want to be better, and a good spouse does that for you. It makes you want to be.
Yeah,
I mean, I discussed this before, but I do think that 2020, when I was hospitalized 3 times, if I didn't have Rach in my life, I don't think I would have survived it. And that's not because
I can relate to that 100%.
Yeah, because there is a will to live when you have somebody worth living for, where you don't necessarily have that, where you're just living for yourself.
Mhm.
I mean, before I met Rach, oh my God, this is going back what? We've been married for oh my God, how many years now?
13.
13. I was like
The blessed number 13.
13. So we've been dating for like
Real quick,
14,
Eric.
15 years.
Real quick, the scary freaking part about all of this is you and Rach, Tom and Tammy were the same ages. We've
Yep.
known our wives the same amount of time. We've been together the
Yeah.
same amount, married the
right.
same amount of years.
We've all been thrown
Yeah.
together by this.
It's all. Listen. Fate, God, whatever you want to. I'm not here to judge, but the thing is, before I met Rach, I was of the attitude of like, yeah, I knew I was retiring at 20. I knew that. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll play EverQuest and Anarchy Online, and I'll do that for like 4 or 5 hours a day, and then I'll do whatever. You know what? I met Rach, and I haven't played an MMO in all the time I've fucking known.
I
Rach.
just knew I'd work.
Waste of time.
Well,
do it.
you met me.
I met you, and you said, "Oh no, I want you to retire by this time." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, this
I
time."
have a hankering to go back online with Lord of the Rings online because I loved it so much, and I'm still technically in the middle of the story. But I get on there and I can't remember half the keyboard shortcut.
Oh
And
my
I just
God.
go, fuck it. I got other things to do.
Yeah, I got more important things to do than waste my time playing MMOs. And MMOs are fun and dandy if you have a lot of downtime and you need escapism.
Yeah.
I don't need to escape from my life. I have a lovely wife. I have a great family. My parents, my son, his wife, my niece, my sister, and my in-laws. I don't need to escape from that. MMOs aren't D&D. They aren't RPGs. They are an escapism. They are a time sink. They have a time and place in your life. They no longer have a time and place in my life. And my fear, before we wrap this up tonight, is that a D&D as an IP is being geared to be the next big MMO, as opposed to being a shared experience amongst friends. It's meant to be a time sink to generate monies. And that scares me on a level that I don't necessarily want to think about too much.
Well, it sounds kind of empty.
I don't think though that that's going to actually work. I think that you'll have those people who do D&D as an MMO, use that as a term, and then you'll have those people, call them OSR, call them whatever. Some of them will be 5e, but I think you're still going to have people who say, "Screw that shit. I'm playing with my friends." We're gonna, we were talking
to everybody different.
Yeah,
that's what makes D&D so special, and I think that's what
makes going to conventions awesome.
Well, I will point out that at this time, in this decade, we have the means to control our own destiny with D&D to a far better degree than what we had in the late 80s and the 90s when we didn't have any alternatives.
When TSR meant they sue regularly? Yes. Oh, by the way, Mike, welcome. Welcome.
I just wanted to pop on and say hi.
Mike.
Have we
I
ever
saw
been
you
on
guys,
camera with
and I was listening while I was watching White House Down. We like to bring in the new year with a violet.
White House Down in that series of videos where it's always like the same character is defeating terrorists that are trying to. Okay, I watched a couple. I think 2 movies in that.
It's movies?
Yeah, it's movies.
The White House getting blown up. That that puts me in a really cheery, happy New Year mood.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We just had New Year's here in Central Time Zone, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody and look.
I just wanted to play my legit card with Mike. I am drinking bourbon tonight.
Is Bad
But I
Mike
think
for 2025
Actually,
going to switch his name to
I've
Good Mike?
got whiskey myself. I busted open a new bottle of whiskey tonight for.
Oh, just for us. Thank you, Mike.
I had a good. No, I look. 2024 was. I had a great man. I had a great time in 2024. I know some people had a miserable. I thought I had a miserable 2023, but 2024 was pretty good, and pretty much most of the people on this screen are responsible, for having a good 2024.
Aww.
You guys, it's great talking to you guys all the time and reacting to everybody. Even Rob's.
Even Rob.
No. So
okay.
yeah,
Rob.
I'm happy we have this community because it's Eric's. It's funny because Eric's channel thing. It started out real small, and it was just. It was me and Eric. Then it was like, hey, I'm going to have these guys on. And then it was Glenn, and then I think it was the random party generator, and it started off slow, and we started meeting people. We started having people on interviews, and man, it's just blown up so crazy. I mean, it's like what do you got? 5K now?
5,300, I think, almost 54.
Good stuff.
You haven't cheated. You haven't bought any of your guys, Eric. So.
You guys remember about a year ago we were on live one of Eric's shows, and Eric's like, I just need like 2 more people to get 3K.
To get 3K. I remember that.
Thank you.
And I had to talk Eric out of. I had to talk Eric out of buying subscriptions. He really wanted to real bad. And I was like, no, we did it all organic.
JJ.com. Yeah,
no, we did it all organically. But no, it's been great. It's been great. The last few years have been great, and it's gonna be another awesome year. I can't wait to 2025, and as long as as long as we keep going along, and I look forward to seeing everybody here on the screen this year and on chats and stuff, and I'll see Eric this summer.
Yeah,
I'll see Eric and Rachel this summer.
Yeah,
you can make it down there.
If we can make it.
I think you were saying the rest they can make it down there.
We're going to be at North Texas. Listen, we've got Paige.
Yeah, nothing keeps us from getting down there, though. WizardCon,
North Texas. The weekend after North Texas, we got Central New York Con, and then ChireCon.
Dude, my goodness.
Yeah,
he's a star.
I'm a star. I'm a star everywhere, but.
I'm about to say, don't worry. Yeah, we won't. I'm not going to get your head too big out here in Texas. You're not a special guest here.
No, I don't need to.
Just make it official, Mike.
Mike, here's the thing.
We've been going together.
Oh shit. He's my work spouse. Great. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave Brittany alone. But North Texas, the only year I missed was 2020. And Rach will tell you I was close to going to it, except for the fact that I would not have been allowed back in New York State.
No.
For 2 weeks of quarantine afterwards.
Yeah, we'd have to stay here for 2 weeks.
I was like,
I forgive you for that one. No, I forgive you for that one.
I can go. And Rachel's like, you're going to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Something that needs to
I forgive you for that.
That need to be made here. First of all, I predict that the Evil DM will hit 25,000 subs this year.
Oh, yeah. I don't need I got a bargain.
Bad Mike.
I didn't know
will become Good Mike.
You can purchase
No, in that large amount, though? Wow.
It doesn't purchase you.
I think he's in the red. I think he's in the red right now. I think he's paying more for subscriptions than he is getting money from the channel.
Here's the thing. It's just an observation, but the Evil DM has half the traffic of our channel, but does 2 to 3 times the subscribers. So you figure out the math on your own. I don't need to do it for you. You do the math.
Yeah, if we ever get down, Eric, where we're pulling in 20 views a video, we just need to wrap it up at that point because that's about what he's getting now. It's about 25 views a video. So,
everybody's so nice.
What I'm in the Evil DM / Nighthawk range.
Oh dear.
I will cough up a lung. Tell people I'm going to be suicidal. And then
Don't do that to Nighthawk.
Gotta play the MASH song.
I'll-
The MASH
But
song.
remember, suicide is painless.
Oh shit!
I will go full frontal for subscribers at that point if we have to.
oh, geez.
Well, we were.
Don't let it happen, all right, folks? Don't let it happen. I'm telling you right now. You don't want my bad mic.
Rob and I will grit wrestle at that point for
Wait.
That'd be advertising. Hey, Wizard.
I think you and I had better have a chat.
Grit
Mike.
wrestling is passe now. It's over with.
It's blasé.
Yeah, I
I'm
would wrestle.
getting divorced.
Rob would take me. I wouldn't wrestle Rob. He has a reputation. He's good at that.
Well, if it's a sword duel, I think he would take you for sure.
Totally.
No, he's good. He can sword fight, man. I don't think I can handle that. I don't think I can do it. And by sword fight, I meant actual sword fight. I didn't.
Oh, you don't
No,
mean remember.
I just bring a gun to a sword fight. That's all.
No, I got jaw beat. I can puke all over myself after drinking gold shot.
Wow.
Whoa. Don't take my shine from me, all right? Don't take my shine. I woke up completely in vomit, and then I swapped out the chair the following weekend. Well, I'm saying,
That's epic. That's epic right there, though. You swapped the chair out.
I swapped the chair.
That takes it to a different level.
I might have you
might
beat
be good Mike yet.
because I gave up drinking after I was 20 years old, and I had we'd thrown a party at my friend's house, and so I just kind of gone to sleep in the living room. Well, I got up and walked through the kitchen where they were still drinking, went into the bathroom, threw up on myself. So because I threw up on myself, I took off my pants and my underwear, grabbed the towel. But I grabbed my friend's towel, and his roommate's towel. His roommate hated me, and I walked back through the kitchen with his towel wrapped around my butt, and lay down on the living room floor. So Rick went in and ripped the towel off of me, and my friend Tony, God bless him, felt bad for me because there's like 20 people in the house partying.
Oh.
Took a kitchen towel, a little kitchen towel, if you can imagine it, and draped it over my rear.
No. You always say, I was laying in Nikki to get a big kitchen towel.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I would need I'd probably need a big
bath-size towel.
I woke up in the morning, a little cold and a little drafty.
Oh, dear.
And swearing, where the hell are my pants? And I go in the bathroom and I'm like, who the F threw up on my pants?
Oh, you want to blame it on somebody else. That's a good strategy.
And that's a warning sign. That's a warning sign. That's a warning right there.
Then I realized I was drinking a little too hard.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah, I think that's a good.
And I was like, yeah, we got to stop. So I stopped drinking until like 20 years later. I had a Sicilian business partner, and I started drinking red wine with him, and but by that time I was a little more restrained. So
just read it.
We have to get going because we got to get up early.
Yeah, you got to get up early.
We don't have to get up at all.
We should wrap this up. It's been about 2 hours. So, listen, thank you to everybody that's dropped in.
Thank you guys so much.
Texans, Ty and
Ben, Rachel, it's been so good to see you.
Rob,
I think you guys sort of.
Our taproom people, Tom and Tammy, Don and his better half, and myself and my better half. We want to thank you all. Thank you for sharing your New Year's Eve, early New Year's Day with us. You are all a blessing. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for being in the chat. Spending time with us. Shit.
We are going to try to make 2025, if you're part of this community, whether it's Gamers Health, Tank Our Tavern, our various live streams, more better. More better. So we're going to make it more better this year in 2025.
Amen.
Amen.